Hey everybody, a couple of you have asked about this machine right here. So if anyone's new to the channel, this is the house we're building. My wife and I are building this house, and we're kind of moving away from the city, trying to go debt free, and this is the house we're building ourselves. So this is kind of our project, but a few people have asked about this machine we have right here. So I'll do a quick rundown on our machine. It's a 90s, I'm not sure the exact year, it's like a 91, I believe. It's a 490 D model, so it's not the E model, but it's an older machine. We bought it with about 6,700 hours on it. We bought it just down the road, about an hour down the road. We live in Colorado, on the kind of on the backside of Breckenridge is the best way to describe kind of where we are. But bought this machine. I was going to rent a machine for about a month or so, but I kind of got to thinking about how much we would need a machine. So instead of renting one, I wanted to buy a used one. I do have a fair bit of mechanical knowledge, but this big heavy equipment, it kind of scared me initially to buy a machine that would probably need work, or obviously big equipment like this, you're always going to be working on something. But this machine so far, it's been pretty good to us. We've put about 200 hours on it now. We had a lot of dirt work. It's hard to believe, but yeah, this was super thick woods right here. I dug into the side of the mountain about 15-20 feet and kind of leveled all this off right here. And then I had to dig a leach field right over there. So there's a leach field and septic area kind of dug right there. And then after I cut down about 70 trees, I found it way easier just to push them down and then take care of them from there. Anyway, so this is a 490, so it's about 27,000 pounds, I believe, is kind of how much this machine weighs. So it's a little bit on the lighter side for excavators, but it's perfect for what we're using them for. Would I want a heavier machine? Yeah, maybe after my experience with this one, it would be nice to have a little bit heavier machine, but this really does the job here. The thing about this machine, it weighs 27,000 pounds, so something to consider. You definitely need a heavy hauler to move it either way. So if you're gonna call a heavy hauler, you might as well go step up a little bit on your machine size, because moving it's a pain in the neck anyway. So might as well get a bigger machine. But this machine here, so for rentals up here, at least where I am, you're plus or minus, $2,000, around the $10,000 mark. So around $10,000 or so to rent a machine for a month. I mean, it's a new machine. You don't have to worry about maintenance. So for 10 grand, you can do all your dirt work. But, for me, I needed this for a lot longer than a month. And I've had this machine for about 2 years now, and this thing is so versatile. I mean, I've lifted stuff up in the air. This thing has moved stuff. It does a lot of digging, obviously. I think buying a used machine and kind of, taking on the challenges of maintenance on a used machine is the way to go. I paid $15,000 for this machine. I had it hauled over here. That was another $1,000 to have a heavy hauler move the machine for me. But all in all, this machine is definitely worth the money. And at the end of the job, if I do want to sell it, which I don't think I will at this point because I use it so much, at the end of the job, I could always sell it and hopefully make my money back, or even if I lose a couple grand on it, it's worth it. So if anybody has any questions or any experiences, or if anybody has any counter arguments to buying used machinery, let me know in the comments, because this is just my experience, but somebody else could be way more experienced than me or have done this too and can have better stories about renting machinery too. So I'd like to hear your guys' experience, or your guys' ideas on equipment and how to either rent or buy equipment for a job site. But this is just my experience. I really think buying this used piece of equipment has really worked out well for me. Watch, now that I say that, this thing's going to explode like next week. But for now, this has been a good piece of equipment. I'm glad I bought it. Let me know what you guys think.